In this video, I'm reviewing Cherry Stem by Fleur. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I'm a perfume reviewer. Please do subscribe and join this all perfume community. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you for watching, all of your support, liking and commenting on my videos. Thank you to Fleur for sending me this perfume. They have become one of my favourite brands in this last year and 2 months. I could happily have any perfume from them, or at the very least, I would give it a try with high expectations. And if I wasn't receiving the PR, there would certainly be perfumes from Fleur in my collection, and I'm sure there would be lots on my wish list as well. So a picture of this came up online, feels really recently, not even a couple of weeks ago now, and seeing Cherry Stem, so a cherry-led fragrance, was a surprise for me from Fleur, because I kind of thought we were out the other side of like the cherry trend and craze in perfumes. But then again, up until now, Fleur haven't had their own cherry-led perfume. And actually, it was only last week that I reviewed Britney Spears' latest fragrance, which is a cherry-led fragrance too. And even though it isn't a favourite note of mine in scents, I have actually found that with all of the cherry perfumes I've tried, there's been a bit of a twist on the note that has made each one feel like it's unique and has given a little different something to cherry anyway. So I came to this with an open mind, ready to see if I liked it. This is the card that I received with my PR, and I love receiving these. I am somebody who was a magazine lover, and I say was because there don't seem to be the magazines now that appeal to me to read, but if there was one, I would. So receiving something in print always feels really good to me, to have something in my hands to look at. And Fleur are really great with their launches. They always feel very consistent, like it looks like this, but with the different perfume in place of whatever went before. It's a strong look and it feels like thought and effort going to their launches. So I love them and I love this detail. And I said before that the previous cherry fragrances I tried had a twist, and then here we go. It says served with a twist. So I was extra hopeful about the perfume. And they say of Cherry Stem that it is the perfume to wear when you want to leave an irresistible pull, and the perfumer himself says that this isn't a straightforward black cherry. You've got a wink of fruity nectar, and you've got some depth in the base notes too. And our notes are, in the top, that black cherry and orange brandy, that had me so excited. In the heart, there's red freesia, sugar jasmine and plum nectar, and in the base, ebony woods, caramel and leather accord. I'll test it, but if you see my TikToks or my shorts, then you know I think of this perfume. It was a really nice surprise for me, because to smell it for the first time, and even now, there is black cherry, but there is a lot of the orange in this scent, so that when I wore it, actually on a really sunny morning, my son's first ever day at school, so I guess this won't be leaving my heart and mind anytime soon, it felt bright and uplifting. And yes, I could smell the booziness from the brandy, but definitely more when I held my wrist to my nose, I was smelling that boozy brandy note, whereas my projection was bright, uplifting and a lot of orange. It didn't feel out of place on a school morning in the daytime. It didn't feel like a black cherry evening scent. I could smell the plum, I could smell the jasmine. I really like it. It does feel like something different, but still different from the releases I've tried in this last couple of years. But I was getting a noughties throwback to this. I couldn't work it out and it was taking some time, and then I realised. And I'm glad I realised, because this perfume isn't one that I test or reach for much. It's Reb'l Fleur from Rihanna, her first ever perfume, launched in 2010. My bottle has seen better days. That lid will probably fling off in a minute and it's a bit chipped on the detail. I think it is partly my fault for putting it in a drawer when I shouldn't have done, and partly that it's just quite a big bottle that's hard to manage. It only shares the plum of Cherry Stem, but it just completely gives the vibe of it to me, or Cherry Stem has the vibe of this one. And this was a really great, bold, signature worthy fragrance that I really feel Rihanna should have kept in her line. I loved her perfumes and think they should still be available, but this also does have tuberose and coconut, so it was a bit more of a problematic wear for me, because I can find those notes a little bit troublesome, a little bit headache inducing if they're too much. But with Cherry Stem, I get the vibe of this but without those notes. So I'm very happy. It feels unique, but with a little bit of a throwback. And before I had even realised that Reb'l Fleur was what I was thinking of, a bit more obviously, Strawberry Letter from Fleur, my definitive strawberry perfume, does feel very similar to Cherry Stem. And they basically share that fruity with a twist vibe. You've of course got strawberry with Strawberry Letter. There's amber in here, and it is sugary, and it's just the most perfectly versatile strawberry scent, because the amber gives it warmth. So it feels like something you could wear in the evening too. You've got plum in this one as well. This is a very addictive scent. They both share the plum, but where we've got strawberry with Strawberry Letter, you've got of course your orange and cherry in this perfume. Strawberry Letter is a strong recommendation from me. I love to wear it, I love to smell of it. And this by Fleur, being well rounded and well done, I suppose was always going to remind me a little bit of another fruity scent. Cherry Stem does become more woody in the dry down, but the fruity notes stay there for me. I don't pick up on any caramel, but I love that I get that leather. And this combination of leather and cherry is also in Sweet 302 by Victoria Beckham, and that perfume is very high on my wish list. I try and justify to myself that that's quite similar to Invite Only Amber 23 from Kayali, and then I'll smell it when I'm in Selfridges and just think it's so good. So this has that vibe, this has that cherry and leather, but this one definitely stays fruity. So when I wore this at the beginning of the week, I really enjoyed it, and I resprayed it and it felt good. It is an addictive, feel-good perfume, and I do feel really similarly about Strawberry Letter as I feel about Cherry Stem, because I think that where you've got your amber making Strawberry Letter something you could wear for the evening, the orange in Cherry Stem makes it suit daytime. So it's like they're kind of doing, yeah, they've got a twist. They're doing the unexpected thing that you wouldn't think, because we wouldn't think of cherry for daytime necessarily, not black cherry and, you know, a boozy note and leather and all of that going on. But this pushes itself to be something you can wear in the day, and Strawberry Letter's amber makes it something you can wear in the night. I think Strawberry Letter, for obvious reasons, strawberries, summer, is largely a scent that you would want to wear in the summertime, and I think this leans to the cooler weather. It felt good for an autumn morning and something in winter, because of course you've got those typically gourmand but suited to winter notes in here too. Let's take a look at this bottle. I do really love that with Fleur you get the same but different. The same shaped bottle, different juice, and they all seem to be in strong looking colours, like it's the colour of the juice that is very tempting. They've got their reds, they've got their greens, and the bottles feel weighty as well. And with the lid you get a magnetic cap, and it's very satisfying. So with the boxes, I mean, we know that I don't keep my perfume boxes, but again it's the same thing every time but different. And you've got your name of the scent, the notes are on the back, all perfumes should have that. And then they've got this, what would we call it, like the word will come to me later, like their standpoint, their, not motto, the word will come to me. They say our fragrances are inspired by memories, moments, experiences and feelings, those that are intimately personal and universally shared. And then the same thing in French on the other side. So cute. I love to collect these bottles. I think they look really great together. They feel like quality. Is Cherry Stem worth it? Is it worth the money? It is £99 for this 50ml size bottle, but you can also buy a 9.5ml size bottle for £32. And so I've got my new way of talking about perfumes. It's, would I replace it? Because my spending is not actual. I don't often buy perfumes really. I'm receiving PR, there's my brand work, I receive perfumes as gifts. So it's kind of a hypothetical, would I need it enough to bring it back into my collection with my own money? And I would, yes, I would absolutely do that for Cherry Stem, because it is just such an enjoyable, feel-good wear. And even though I don't love cherry, I love a lot of what goes with it and suits it. So that woody note, that leather, plum, this is a really great perfume. So I would want this in my collection, and that's how I feel about Fleur. They're at the higher end, they're at the Kayali, you know, end of price points, but I've bought those with my own money, and in a different world I'd be buying these with my own money too. I don't love the 9.5ml being £32. I still think with £32 you can buy a bottle of a different perfume. I know that's an obvious thing to say, but that still feels like a lot of money to me. So I would like the smaller bottles to be closer to £20 ideally, but I love Fleur, and they always feel like really well done scents. I wouldn't say that all of the ones I have are me scents and must-haves. I've got a couple from them that I wouldn't replace if they ran out, but Strawberry Letter and Cherry Stem, absolute loves and recommendations from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed hearing about Cherry Stem. Do the notes appeal to you like they did to me? And will you be trying the scent, or have you tried it already? And I would love to know your thoughts on other Fleur perfumes as well, please. Which ones do I not have in my collection that you think I should try? Let me know. Please do remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and to subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find me over on Instagram and on TikTok. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next video.